Let's see if it goes on. There we go. Now we've got some sound going on. Let's see if it goes on. We're good. We're good now?
Okay.
All right, let's go. And you guys are streaming from on the Middletown Youth Coalition page right now?
I'm trying.
All right, we're going to get some watch parties going on. We've got some technical difficulties because we have got our technical advisor, our tech team. He had just had some surgery, and so he's not here. You don't realize how much you actually need someone until they're not around. So we miss you, Connor. We love you, and we hope that you are going to feel better very soon. So we're going to try to get all that taken care of and do a watch party here in just a second.
Got it.
You got it? We're up and running now?
Should be.
We're good? Benedict, are we on the Middletown Youth Coalition? We're on the church. We're on Connor's page. I don't have my phone. Will you go right there in the text?
Yes, we are good.
Look, Rowan, go in there and touch it on the stage. Yep.
Your Middletown Youth Coalition is on.
We're good. So, like I said, tell them about the technical difficulties and why we're having technical difficulties.
So our tech guy, Pastor Connor, is out sick. He just had surgery, like Mr. Jeff or Dad said. I don't know what to call you on these things.
Mr. Jeff or Dad? Dad or
one or the other.
So now we're on 100%. We're good. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on today, and we might even introduce Rowan's. Rowan is here with us in the audience. Kobe, while I'm getting everything set up on my end, why don't you tell them a little bit about how you felt the talk from last Friday went, how our roundtable went, and then we'll tell them about some exciting things getting ready to happen.
So, for the ones who were here last Friday, I think that the video we showed went over really well. We had a lot of viewers and a whole bunch of comments, and the video itself was awesome. Like being there with Earl and Marie and Kenny, all amazing people. On Friday, we didn't have a lot of comments, but the people that we partnered with, CBI, they had hundreds of views during the live and then a whole bunch afterwards. I've heard nothing but great things. It was pretty cool.
I enjoyed it. I'm trying to figure out how to do a live from my page. And you guys are so much more technically advanced than I am. And we look so unorganized trying to get something done that we don't know how to do. So what I will do is I will turn this over to you, Kobe, while I talk, and you can...
Hundreds of views during the live and a whole bunch.
Connor, you have no idea how much we miss you. No idea how much we miss you right now. We miss you so much. Now we're good and we're up and running. So, with that being said, we're gonna send a shout out to Connor, because Connor, we are gonna need you so much. We'll talk about it Sunday and today when we see you. But some exciting things, right? So after that video, there was a lot of it was a hard video to do. We were there, we were answering questions, but we were honest, we were open, we were with each other, and that's where change starts. Change starts when people are honest, open, and really focus on tackling the hard issues between each other, because we don't know each other until we talk. We can't fix something we don't know is broken. We can't help something we don't know needs help, and we can't figure out a solution if we don't know that there's the root of the problem. And so after talking and getting to know some of these guys, one of the things is that Earl and Kenneth and Marie, they're great individuals. Some of the best kids that you'll ever, young men, I can't even say kids, Kobe as well, are some of the best young men I've ever met in my entire life. Earl is an amazing young man. Kenneth is full of so much vigor and so much life and knowledge that they were just amazing to be around, and it was amazing to allow them to share and then for me to share with them and us to start to talk. And the last week we haven't been able to really reconnect, but Benedict has been talking to them, and they're very excited about what's getting ready to come, that we're getting ready to announce, right?
Right.
And so Deontay is an amazing, I mean, if there was ever a person that I can honestly say that I've met that is a hidden treasure when it comes to the youth in this town, Ruth and Deontay from CBI are hidden treasures. These guys are just amazing, amazing individuals. And it's all about getting out there and meeting these people and all of us starting to work together because we want change and we want to be a better community and we want to be united and we want to show that there's a better way to do things and a closer walk with each other. And these guys are just amazing, and the way that they've opened up and they've shared, it's just amazing. And so the next step we wanted to take was that we wanted to have a very open and honest dialogue amongst people that were from different backgrounds, from different walks of life, different parts of the city, and kind of talk and open up and learn each other and learn the fears and learn the frustrations and the worries that each other had. And this all comes from you guys, the youth, saying, "Hey, we are worried about what's happening in the media and in the world where Black lives are being taken at an extremely alarming rate, and it feels like it's us against them, and it feels like the police against the state, and it feels like no one is listening and no one is watching." And so through that video, I was able to reach out to Sage Rich, which is one of the young men who is starting to become a very strong voice in the community for unity and for the Black Lives Matter movement. And he has put on some very peaceful marches, and it seems like nothing so far has happened. So I'm very happy that has been a very good and positive influence in our community, and we've invited him to this next part. And so the next part is that we've heard and we've talked and we've had an open and honest dialogue. We've found that that there are some thought processes on both sides that maybe we need to address, or not that maybe, but we definitely need to address. So the next step is to then go to the source. Go and sit with the leader of the police department here in Middletown. So I had a phone call with Chief Burke yesterday, and he was excited about being able to sit down with Kobe, with Earl, with Kenneth, with Deontay if he wants to come, with Sage, anybody that would like to be a part of that. I know Earl has a bunch of friends that would like to come and be a part of that. We have a couple other gentlemen and young youth that want to sit down and really have an open, honest dialogue with the police chief. So we are going to do that next week. We're going to do that, videotape it, and bring it to you guys on our live feed next Friday. And it's going to be a very open and honest talk with the police chief. The thing that he has asked us and the thing that we've asked him is that when we go into this meeting that he has an open mind and he lets you guys, the youth, speak and tell what your problems and what your concerns are with the Middletown Police Department and what is going on in our city so that we can start to make an effective change. We can start to see what needs to be healed and start to fix whatever problems that it needs to be fixed. And maybe in doing so, our police department can be the beacon or the place that starts the change, throughout Ohio, and then Ohio to the country, and from the country to the world. I know it's a huge wish, but if we shoot for the moon and hit the stars, we've hit the stars, right? And so we start somewhere, and that's with Police Chief Burke. And he is very excited, very open, very ready to be honest, and the only thing he asks is that we listen to him too. He has some concerns about some things that are being spread in the community and some lies, particularly that are being spread into the community about the police department. And sometimes, what we hear, and it's like a telephone and tell a friend. By the time the truth gets to us, it's so polluted and so full of everybody's thoughts and everybody's critiques that it's not even really the truth anymore. And so if we hear it straight from the mouth of the police chief, and we hear that, what is the policy when you're training your officers on profiling? What is the policy that you are going to talk? Hi, Marissa. What is the policy on young African American men, in the community when you see them, and how are they seen by the police force? And all these questions that we can ask him, he's going to be open. But the one thing that he wants from us is that when he starts to talk, we allow him to talk, right? And so that's how we have open and honest dialogue, is that both sides are allowed to voice their concerns, their opinions, and their thoughts. And then in doing so, you listen, and he listens, and then in the middle afterwards, we then recreate what was said, and we reiterate what was said, and then we make an action plan. And so the thought processes that we've got going on right now is that with Earl and Kobe and Kenneth and McGinnis, I think is his last name, the new McGill.
Yeah, Kyle McGill.
Kyle McGill and and Rowan and anybody else that wants to be a part of this, the youth are going to be the change. Sage is going to be the change in this community. We have had our heads so far in the sand when it comes to some things that us as adults, we need to not just teach the youth, but we need to learn from the youth as well, right? And so learning from the youth is learning what makes you guys tick, what makes you guys function, and what you guys are excited about and what you have concerns about, and let's tackle those concerns. And so next week, we're going to be with Chief Police Burke. The week after that, we're hoping and praying, and this is a plea going out, is that the week after that, we're going to be with the superintendent of schools. He is an amazing man who has gone through so much and has navigated the education system and navigated higher education, and now is running our city schools. And so the kids have questions for him. And so in the next couple of weeks, we hope to have him. And then we're putting a plea out. We're going to put some feelers out to some very amazing African American leaders in the community that have rose above all of the things that they have fought and become very successful and show that there's success waiting for people. And so we want to run the gambit that we're going to voice the concerns, we're going to see if we can make some change, and then we're going to see that in all of this there is success, there is goals that can be reached, and there is a place for you guys to excel and exceed. And then we'll move on, and that's what the Middletown Youth Coalition is about. That's what First Christian Church is all about, is helping make it first an effective change and being part of an amazing process with CBI, the Rise, First Baptist Church, and anybody else that wants to be a part of this. We want you guys to be a part of this. So the next thing is that we heard, and I can't wait to get to the 18th, but I'll let Kobe talk a little bit about that. And I ramble sometimes, I'm sorry. Tell me I'm rambling.
A little bit.
I ramble a little bit on it. He's like, yeah, but I gotta go home with you. But after all this is said, we're going to sit down with Earl and Kenneth, and we're going to set together and set up and a lot of other youth set up, Kobe's council. We've got a council. We've got some leaders that are coming together. One of the things is that we reached out to Ruth from CBI, and Ruth is an amazing individual who works a lot with the Latino youth. And so she listened to the Latino youth and said, what do you guys want? What do you guys need? What can we do to help you guys succeed, and what would make the Middletown Coalition special to you? And unanimously, just about everyone they talked to said they would like to have classes that would help them, A, learn how to succeed in America and to better themselves in America, and 2, to help learn the language a little bit better. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up a class with our intern, and I am horrible with her last name. Laura Acosta. Yes, she is going to help set a program together with Ruth, and they're going to put together a curriculum, and we're going to start classes, even if that's once a month, twice a month, whatever those two decide, and whatever is good for the community and good for that. We're going to hit an action plan and hit it running, so that we are doing what you guys are asking us to do. Now the next thing, and let me tell you how it came about. So one of the things we asked is, what would you guys want to do? What do you guys in the community, the youth? And Marissa, you're going to be excited about this. This is actually going to be very, very fun. Cody is with us. James Lawson is with us. Tia Herndon. Oh, the Herndon, Mama Herndon is the most amazing woman on the face of the planet. Tia, I would love to speak with you and have you help and be a part of the Middletown Youth Coalition. You would absolutely be amazing helping with us. The Herndons were some of the greatest influences in my life. Honest to goodness, I used to have an amazing relationship, and you grow and things move, and I don't get to see them as much as I used to. But we call her Mama Herndon. It's mom. She is the mother of all in downtown Middletown and through at the time Faith Fellowship. She's just a wonderful woman, and Tia and Mia are her daughters. And then one of my greatest friends in my life and he was just amazing, was a guy named Bumper Herndon. He has since passed, but he was one of the most amazing preachers, one of the most amazing ministers, amazing young men that you could ever want to have in your life. When he walked into a room, everyone was smiling no matter what you were. If you were upset, you were smiling because Bumper had shown up, and so we love the Herndons. So, but they're with us. But you are going to be excited about this. We asked the youth what they wanted, and they said, we want, with all this crazy coronavirus stuff going on, yes, we're working on the time capsule that's still going to go forward. We'll get that done maybe August or September and get it ready to go and have a party. But they want to come together with everything going on, with all the tensions in the city, with all of the things going on. They want just a get together. And so we asked Kobe, and we asked everyone to go to the table and kind of think about some things we could do. And so we came back, and a bunch of the youth and had said they just want to get together and have a party, have an amazing time, a bash for the youth. And so we asked Ruth, who wanted to kind of brainstorm. She came back literally with the exact same, almost word for word, scenario that Kobe had come up with, and the other youth had come up with, is that we just have a bash, a day where we ask every single youth serving organization in the town, every church in the town, anybody that works with the youth, come out to Smith Park, put up a booth, and spend a couple hours handing out flyers. Each church and each youth-serving organization come up with a program, whether it be cornhole, badminton, playing puzzles, playing games, but in each booth there's something to do. And we're going to put some pleas out here and see if we can get a bunch of you guys to start putting some bees in some bonnets. But once we get those and we start to do that next week and approach the churches, and every youth serving organization has a booth there. The police maybe even have a booth there. We are going to have at the end a movie night where we're hoping to show a new release movie or a newer release movie where we can social distance, but and still be there and watch a movie, hand out popcorn, hand out pop, and just enjoy each other's presence together, unified as the youth of Middletown. Everything is absolutely, provided for you guys as much as we can. Each organization provides something for you guys. You'll have a chance to talk to each one of the individuals who run those organizations, each church youth group that runs those organizations. And it's not about one person having the biggest youth group. It's putting the kids where they need to be serviced and to get what they need out of things. So I kind of ran over on that, but go ahead and tell them kind of what you envision and how it might come to fruition.
That was pretty much it.
Say that was pretty much it?
That was pretty much it. I mean, that was, yeah.
Yeah, so do you want to say anything about that?
I mean,
can we have a water balloon fight, me and you, in front of everybody? Me and you.
Can we have a pizza testing party?
Yes, we're talking about that. So can we have a water balloon fight, just me and you against just me and you, going to town, water balloon fight. Hey Stone, how you doing? Stone Solly is here. So again, go back and listen. We are going to have a huge Middletown Youth Bash. What is the date? The 18th?
the 18th.
18th of?
July.
Yes, 18th of July. And so we're going to start working. Kobe, I, Benedict, and our entire team is going to start working trying to get people to get booths there to set this up and make it come to fruition. So on July 18th, that's a Saturday, we have a huge bash. Everyone comes together for the youth, and we're enjoying each other. Now, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yes.
There has been an ask if we could maybe approach the pizza parlors in Middletown.
Have a pizza contest?
Have a pizza contest and settle this once and for all.
Okay.
Who has the best pizza in Middletown?
Oh my God.
I think, to elaborate on that, I will personally go buy the plaque saying best Middletown pizza.
I think it's Don's pizza.
You think it's Don's Pizza?
I think you're wrong. I think it's Shaddock's.
Shaddock's is a good one, but I'm going to tell you that the Casano's Pizza is one of the best pizzas in Middletown.
It's okay to be wrong.
Why don't you guys, on my Facebook or on Kobe's Facebook or anybody's Connor's Facebook, tell me who do you think the best pizza in Middletown is? But that is something we want to do on the 18th, is have the best pizza in Middletown contest. And that's something that we need somebody out there in TV land to personally message Benedict, myself, or Kobe and take point on setting up the best pizza of Middletown contest for the 18th of July for the Middletown Youth Coalition Youth Bash at Smith Park. And talk to all the pizza places, have them bring pizzas out, have them have booths, and let's have a pizza contest to see who the best pizza in Middletown is. I think that's it.
Okay.
You think that's it?
I mean,
That's
it's
it?
really no competition against Shadow.
Marissa said, what can I do? Marissa says Shadex is the best. Marissa,
Thank you.
we can talk. You can help us. Maybe if you could reach out to some pizza places and tell them what's going on, we'll get you some information. Tell them that we're going to have this contest. Tell them that we want them to be a part of that. That would be awesome. Anybody that wants to do that, that would be great. But we think that the pizza testing contest would be amazing. Now, there is, I'm going to be honest with you, there is a pizza that is a hidden gem here in Middletown. Now, you can order it, and I don't recommend our youth, right, but there is a young man who is very into helping the police department, helping the community. His name is Aaron Rogers. He owns a small tavern over on the other side of town, and he has some amazing pizza, and you can order it, but he doesn't advertise a lot. And he does it on, I think, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And it's probably some of the best pizza you'll ever eat in your life. So that might be a contest as well.
Okay.
So I think that we need to, tonight, start ordering some pizza and doing some testing.
I mean, if we have to.
Yeah, I mean, if we have to do some
We
pizza.
will take it so you don't have to.
That's right. And so the next question is, that with this bash and everyone getting excited about it, what would you guys like to see at the bash? We think that if each one of the churches that want to participate, go ahead.
Oh, finish your thing.
We think that if each church wants to participate and set up a booth and just hand out their information for their church and their youth group, and have a little game, so each stop can be almost like the National Night Out. Since it's been canceled, we can do the Middletown Youth Night Out. They can go to each one of the booths and hand out something and play a game with each of them. Have the pizza contest, have the movie at the end with popcorn going and beverages flowing. What else do you think would be good?
I think that we need to have all of the community leaders, me, you, Marie, Benedict, whoever, all the community leaders, get into one of those dunk tanks.
Whoa!
Dunk the leader.
Community leaders get into a dunk tank and dunk the community leaders. That might be something. We'll talk about. Maybe we'll talk about that.
I think that needs to happen.
That might be a good idea. I would jump in there for you.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
definitely jump in there for you. Dunk tanks, pizzas flowing, youth going out and going to each one of the youth. Maybe we can get the YMCA out there to tell them a little bit about the YMCA. We can get the Young Boys and Girls Club, the Boy Scouts. I think it'd be awesome. I think that we're excited about the kids, what the kids want to see. We do so many things about what we think the kids want to see. We do a lot of things that we think will impact the kids, but to hear from you, the youth, saying this is what we want to do, and letting us go out and setting that up for you so that you guys can succeed is pretty amazing. What do you think about meeting with Detective, so when I'm growing up, when I was your guys' age, it was Detective Burke, right? And so I've watched him come through the police department, and now he's a wonderful police chief, and he is an amazing, I think he's going to do great things. So it's hard, sometimes you'll catch me saying Officer Burke or Detective Burke, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. He is definitely our chief. So one of the things that, what do you think about meeting with him next week?
I am very excited
Okay.
to meet with him and see familiar faces and their point of views and all of the people who's going to be in that conversation. So it's going to be awesome. I'm very, very excited.
When Earl was talking and Kenneth was talking, and they talked about something that that resonated with me, that made me feel amazing, is that they were able to share their thoughts, and towards the end they were very candid about their thoughts. And Kenneth, if you go back and watch the video, he said something that was the most profound thing I've ever heard from one of the youth. He said, they said, well, why do you think you react in the way that you do when you're encountered by the police or you're put into a situation, or how, why do you think people react and become very hostile? And he says it's expected. You approach us in a way that we are not even, and think about this. I really want you guys to think, my youth, my kids that I serve, Marissa, everyone that your kids are amazing. They don't see color, and they don't see that diversity yet because they're so young, they don't see that problem yet because they're so young, because they're so used to having everybody together and being part of our group that is very very eclectic. I mean, we have every walk of life, every ethnicity, and we don't see that. We just see that we're scouts, and we see that we love one another and we're a family. But when they grow up, they start to see these things, and he says, you guys approach us like we're not even human. And so the energy, and I'm paraphrasing to what he said to kind of help bring that point out, is that the energy you approach me with is the same energy I'm giving back, is basically what he was saying. So when you approach someone with the mindset that it's going to go wrong, and it's going to go violent, and it's going to be a bad encounter, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be a bad encounter. It starts with everyone. And so, like the Bible says, do unto others as you would have done unto you. When you approach someone in a situation, the way that you approach them is how most of the time it's going to come about. And so that's just not true. Well, you know what? If you already have a fear of being targeted and hurt and killed, I mean, there was some feelings that sometimes they worry about their life when they're encountered in certain situations where other people may not have to worry about that because the color of their skin, right? And so that fear is in them already. That emotion is already in them, and then they get approached by an older person or a police officer or a member of authority with such disrespect and disdain. That's just going to set everything in a bad situation. So we're not saying anyone either side is super right or super wrong, but we have to start to work together and know that there's a better way. And so we have to see each one of us see each other as we want to be seen, loved and respected. And how did that make you feel when he said that? They expect that of us. They approach us like we're not even human. How did that make you feel?
Sad. It's sad to see that's how they feel, especially at the young age that they are. That's how they feel. I mean, their life is just now beginning, and they already feel like that.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Like Marissa just said, she says, it's because we have to raise our kids to love and respect, have love and respect for everyone and everything, and that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. This is a huge topic, and people are like, well, these things shouldn't be talked about, and this and that. Absolutely should be talked about. We should be yelling from the streets and from the rooftops that these are the feelings that we're having. This is how people are. These are the issues that people are having, and these are the feelings that people are having. And we should be very sensitive, and we should be very helpful with everyone. And it drives me nuts to see anyone with a brain can understand that yes, everyone matters. But right now, we have an entire portion of our community and in our city that is hurting. We should be behind them and making them feel like they are loved and respected and backed and full of support, not tearing down and not approaching in a manner where we're pointing fingers and taking away and devaluing their feelings and devaluing the way that they are feeling. I just don't. Anybody can see that. So. But with that being said, the Youth Coalition is dedicated to making sure that we tackle these issues. And tackling these issues start with what we're going to do. So who do you think, where do you think, and this is a conversation that will go forward when we meet with our youth advisors, after we talk to the police chief and we get, we have that great conversation with him, because I feel like that's just going to make everything go to the next level, and people are going to see that there's two sides to everything, and there's going to be some change, and there's going to be some wonderful interaction there. And then meet with the superintendent of schools. Where do you think we should go next?
I think after meeting with the police chief, meet with someone who came from that struggle. Like I can't remember his name. I can't remember his first name. Mr. Hightower.
Oh, Mr. Hightower. Stephen Hightower.
Yes.
Stephen Hightower, absolutely. That's great. That's a great thought. That to see a man from Middletown who has made a great success story. He actually spoke at the Good Scout Award luncheon, and he was a scouter. And so, hey, you know what? If any of you guys out there know Stephen Hightower, we have an entire youth panel of some of our youth ambassadors for the Middletown Youth Coalition that would love to have a meeting with him and maybe have him in one of these videos and have him share and talk with the kids if he could spare some time. So if you know that and you can reach out to him, please reach out to him and reach back out to us. That would be awesome. I think that's a great idea. I think it's wonderful. I think that we're on the right track. I think things are going to start to move and become very successful with the Middletown Youth Coalition. So tell them how they can get a hold of us with us. If they wanted to get involved with the Middletown Youth Coalition, where could they go to see some things?
There are several places. The MiddletownYouth.com is our webpage. There is the Middletown Youth Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I'm missing something. YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Comments, personal messages, we check them.
Constantly, yep. And don't forget to run over every day of the week. CBI and Marie Edwards and Ruth and Deontay and the RISE program, which is an amazing program. They are doing videos on their Facebook, on their Instagram, which is the RISE.
The RISE _MHS or vice versa.
Yep, the RISE _MHS or MHS _ the RISE. Go check them out. Make sure that you're looking and paying attention to their content, because we're working together and we're working for the same cause. And so the same youth that that is working in both programs is working to better for you guys. And if your youth want to be a part of that, we are actually going to go and have a huge push for the Middletown Youth Coalition at the beginning of July. And we're going to open up the Facebook or the website officially. We're going to have a sign up, so every person that signs up and says, "Here's my information. Here, we want to be part of the informational pipeline for the Middletown Youth Coalition. We are going to give you a free gift, and it's going to be an amazing gift, and we will send it out to you." So what we'll have is a sign up page right there on the page on the MiddletownYouth.com. When you first arrive on the page, you can fill that information out, and we'll get a special gift to the first 50 youth that sign up with their parents. And we will keep you informed of all the amazing things that we're going to be doing, the classes that we're going to be holding, the actual videos that we're going to start working on, the 40 points of community involvement. We're going to be showing those on YouTube. The bash that on the 18th is going to be amazing.
Yes, very excited for that.
I'm so down. I can't wait. Again, if anyone, Marissa is going to see maybe if she can start reaching out to some pizza places. But if anyone knows any of the general managers or district managers of the pizza places here in Middletown, we are ready to put this to the test. We want to see who the best pizza place in Middletown is.
Yes.
So we're putting a challenge out there. Make sure that you are getting out there and talking, and we'll be coming to a pizza place near you. Now, I have a question.
Okay.
There's some great restaurants downtown that could be part of this huge
That's
bash.
true.
Do you know there is one restaurant in particular downtown that has a childhood memory of mine?
Really?
Would you like to hear about it?
I would love to.
Here, I got a story. Here you go. Right? So the story goes like this. In Mayfield, there used to be this little grocery store. Actually, there was 3 grocery stores in the Mayfield area. There was Sloan's Market, there was Christie's Market, and then there was Victoria's Market. And Victoria's Market was down in the middle of Mayfield. I think that the name of the street was Burbank. And it was just a little green building. It changed colors a couple times. And you would walk in, and he had all these different eclectic flavors and different cheeses and different foods. And he had candies, and it was always the best old-style candies. And I don't know what he did. Mr. Victori had the coldest pop in Middletown.
Coldest pop?
Hands down, had the coldest pop in Middletown. His coolers was the coldest coolers in all of Middletown. And so there was, we would go in there and we would get a pop, and and we'd get candy, and it was just, you knew on a hot summer day that that's where you were going to go, was Victoria's Market. And I know it sounds silly, but it was the coldest pop in Middletown. Well, Amy Victoria, which is now on our city board, city council, she has opened Gracie's downtown, which is a restaurant I have yet to go to.
Me too.
We need to go to Gracie's. We need to go to Gracie's and check it out, because they say it's amazing food. But Amy's grandfather was the person who owned the Victoria's Market. And guess what Amy has done?
Same thing? Coldest pop?
I don't know if it's the coldest pop, but she's opened up a Victoria's Market in next to Gracie's, and so we have to go check that out.
Okay.
And hopefully she has the candies that her grandpa used to carry. And if she has pop, Amy, if you watch this, and I'm sure that someone out there knows Amy Victoria and can get her to to see this on the Middletown Youth Coalition's page or my page or anybody else's page. Amy, please, 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 for all of the love of Middletown, please make your pop the coldest pop in Middletown again, like your grandfather's store was. It was amazing. So go out and check that out, and maybe she can even sponsor some things for this bash on the 18th. She can bring some cold pop or something down. I don't know, or maybe bring some old candy. That'd be awesome.
Pretty cool.
So with that being said, do you have any comments going on? I have a bunch of comments.
I have one comment.
What's your comment?
It was from Kelly Cassidy Wilder.
Yeah, what'd she say?
Can I dunk, Jeff? Of course. We'll let her walk up and hit the button.
I tell you what, if we can, and here's a promise, if we can get at least 10 churches to join and come out and be part of this event for the youth, 10 youth serving organizations, hopefully churches or anything else, and we can get some pizza places. If we make this to where we have at least 15 people, 15 organizations that's partnered with us by the 18th, I will get, at the very minimum, I will get a dunk bucket big enough for me to get into, and I will let your mother dunk me in the water. Ice cold ice water.
Same ice water that they use at Victoria's Market, right?
The same ice, as cold as the pop was at Victoria's Market, yes. As cold as it was at Victoria's Market, absolutely.
Somebody wants to die.
So I will put ice in there, so that'll be good. So do you have any other things for our viewers or for anything else to say about the 18th?
It's going to be fun.
Awesome. Oh, sorry.
Amazing, wonderful, wonderful. Now, you guys wondered, is Rowan running around here somewhere? Because I have a question for Rowan.
Yeah, let me get to him.
Rowan, he's going to go get Rowan, and we'll ask Rowan a question and see if he can answer. But with that being said, I want you guys to know that we love you. We love this youth from First Christian Church. We love the things that are happening in Middletown right now with the youth. Earl and Kenneth and the CBI and all the partners at CBI, everyone at the Rise, everyone that's helping make this an amazing, amazing, amazing time for Middletown. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Get out there and show your support. Show your support to your fellow person, to your fellow man. Love on one another. Right now we need love and unity, not division. And please tune in next Friday when we have a meeting with Chief Burke, see how that goes, and I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised at both sides coming together, and maybe some great change is going to come of this. Please, please, please reach out to your family, your friends, your church, your organizations. Tell them on July 18th, come no matter what, we are having a party in Smith Park for the youth. Even if it's 20, 50, 1,000, we don't care. We're going to be there. We're going to have a great night. We're going to partner with some great organizations, and we're going to do what the youth of Middletown want and need, and that's coming together in unity and being part of a bigger thing than themselves, right? And so, would you like to be introduced, Rowan? No, just one little introduction. Well, I'm gonna tell you about Rowan. Rowan is working with us now. Rowan is one of our scouts. He is amazing, and he is the next Beatle. He is the next Ringo Starr. He is an amazing guitarist. He is an amazing young man. He's doing great things, and I look forward to seeing great things from him. You sure you don't want to say hi? Just wave. Can I ask you a question and you answer it without being seen?
Yeah.
On the 18th, we're having a party at Smith Park for the youth. What would be an activity you would like to see at that party? Fishing?
Okay.
Right on. Okay. Go bait and tackle. Go fish, bait and tackle. We'll have to get with them and see what we can do. All right. Aiden and Alex both met you guys. So Aiden and Alex, you have no idea. I was thinking about you guys yesterday. I actually have games that I need to get out to you guys, or maybe we can meet up sometime this week from the Middletown Youth Coalition that you won the first time that you actually, you're the last people to get them, me to get them to, that you guys won when you first started watching the Middletown Youth Coalition. So yes, I miss you guys so much. I can't wait to get to see you guys, and I bet you guys have grown like 10 feet. I bet Aiden right now is 6'2", and Alex is probably 4'11", I bet.
At least.
So, all right, with that being said, we're going to end. Please come and watch next Friday. We're going to really push and promote that through CBI, The Rise, underscore MHS, or MHS underscore The Rise. And watching CBI's videos, please go out and support everybody. Go to
MiddletownYouth.com.
Contact us if you have any other information. Look forward to all the posts. We're going to be starting posting about the Youth Bash for Middletown on the 18th of July. And with that being said, let's go to prayer real quick, shall we? You want to go to prayer? You want to pray this week?
I prayed last week.
You prayed last week?
Did.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll pray this week. So if everyone joins me in prayer, okay? Dear Heavenly Father, we just come to you and we thank you. We thank you that you are the forefront of the great wind of change that is coming for this city. Lord, we thank you for you standing up and starting to be the leadership and the driving force of change in this community. Lord, we thank you for individuals like Earl and Kenneth and Beyonce and Benedict and Kobe and Rowan. And we thank you for all the young men and women that are focused on making a better tomorrow. Lord, we thank you for Sage Rich and what you're going to start doing in his life, showing that you are the amazing, amazing wind of change, and with you all things are possible. And Lord, we ask that as we leave this place, but never your presence, you encamp angels about us, help hasten us to perform your work. Lord, we ask that you keep each and every one of us in your hands as we come together again. We ask all these things in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.